The Superman Funko Pops are incredible, and there are currently 14 pops split between two waves. Wave 1 was released about a month prior to the movie coming out, while Wave 2 was held for the official release. This makes complete sense to help avoid spoilers, and plus, Wave 2 is very well done, and it will be the next Funko video on this channel, so stay tuned for that. But Wave 1 consists of only 5 pops, 4 normal, 4-inch pops, and 1 jumbo pop. James Gunn has stated that the film is about 3 characters specifically, Superman, Lois, and Lex, so it was only right for them to be the first pops. And Krypto? Come on, we all need a Krypto. We'll go over the pops we need Funko to make after we take a look at Wave 2, but I would recommend picking these up. It is the start of James Gunn's DCU, and the first of many Superman movies to come, with Man of Tomorrow already moving forward. But with any franchise, these will become OG and potential grails in the future. So even if they're easy pickups now, imagine when we finally get 10 movies deep in James Gunn's new DCU. These are probably going to age very well. And autograph potential? Every Superman has done a signing at one point in their life, so even if it's far in the future, these are going to be some of the best items to get signed one day. But for now, let's just go over and appreciate Wave 1. I actually wanted to surprise you guys with this secret pop that's maybe worth collecting. I didn't include it in the thumbnail or intro or outro, but that's simply because I don't know if it's technically part of the wave. I'd say obviously not, because it's a completely different style of pop. It is an ad icon pop. It's not even part of like the movies or anything like that. However, you know, of course, it is representative of the Superman logo. So if you are a collector that wants to truly collect them all, maybe this piques your interest. It is like, I believe it, obviously, a Target exclusive. It's a Target dog if you guys weren't able to pick that up yet. But yeah, this is very commonly available at most Targets for a while now, and it released with the original wave. But, I mean, again, it might not be worth the collecting, but he is very, very cute. It would have been a little bit better if they just made it Krypto and then had, like, the Target Bullseye around his eye. But, I mean, at the end of the day, this is still pretty sick. Are you guys gonna pick this one up? I don't know. I was questioning it, but I figured it's at least worth a share. And if you guys weren't able to read the bone from a distance, I mean, it does say, on the spot rescue, up, up, and away. Pop Bullseye dressed as Superman takes flight, and a twist of new adventures to your Funko collection with Target's official spokespup. I mean, that's adorable. And on the bright side, though, they did put actually good detail on this. It has the same exact texture as Superman does. The Target bag looks really good. I mean, he doesn't have the type of texture. He's a lot smoother than Krypto himself. But, I mean, still, really awesome pop, and I love the collar on him. Even the underpants is pretty funny, and compared to the other two Superman pops, this one does have a white stand, and same thing, if you break this one, it's going to be a little bit difficult to make this popper stand. The first pop in the wave is Pop 562, the man himself, Superman. Played by David Corenswet, you may recognize him from Twisters, The Greatest Hits, and the second film of Ty West's Maxine trilogy, Pearl. David's also been in a few TV projects such as The Politician, We Own This City, and you might have seen the show Hollywood on Netflix back in 2020. Like many actors, he did land some solid early one-episode roles in Elementary and House of Cards. I honestly can't wait to continue to follow his career and see what other roles he lands in the future, but I do love him as Superman. I mean, just looking at this pop, how could you possibly go wrong with it? I honestly think it is a perfect Superman pop. Obviously, it's clear as day that it's him. The texture on the actual suit reminds me of the movie, the unnecessary lines, I love it. At least they got it all right in pop form. On the back you can see the Superman logo a little bit better than the Krypto one. Of course he has the blue stand, and I would definitely be cautious of the stand, because if you do break it, it's going to be a pretty difficult pop to recover. I mean, get some good glue, that's for sure. Here's a look at the bottom if there ever is fakes one a day. But yeah, even inbox, I think it looks really fantastic. Autograph potential is definitely there. And honestly, this is probably the first one I would get signed by David, even above the battle damage version and the jumbo version. But I mean, come on, it looks super, super good on all 4 sides. If you want to look at the top, it still looks like Superman. That still looks like Superman. That's so sick. And then a look at the bottom. For, again, future fakes, but you can see in there it's pretty well contained. Okay, kind of difficult to see on camera, but the plastic definitely makes it so Superman can't be too wobbly on the inside. So yeah, I mean, in box, out of box, I think you can't go wrong with this pop. And keep in mind this mold, because the jumbo pop is a little different, so that might be worth noting. The second pop in the wave belongs to Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan. She really grew in popularity after starring in The Marvelous Miss Maisel. It's super good if you guys haven't seen it, definitely worth a watch. And earlier this year, she was also in The Amateur, but you may recognize her from The Courier, or even possibly Patriots Day, which is the film about the tragic day of the Boston Marathon bombings. I also brought up David in House of Cards because Rachel was also in House of Cards, but for 19 episodes of the 73 episode run. She's a phenomenal actress, and similar to David, I do expect big roles for her in the future, and I honestly can't wait to see what she does. And now taking a closer look at the Lois Lane, it is the only pop out of the set that comes with a removable stand. There are 2 pegs for it because there's a hole on each of the feet, so it will be pretty sturdy if you do want to leave it on a shelf. The box itself, though, looks pretty fantastic with her. I think it's easily identifiable. Got the long journalism of vibes with the necklace. I don't know, the whole outfit is honestly, James Gunn killed it in that department, but I couldn't be happier about how this pop turned out. And I definitely think it's worth a pickup, especially if you're a fan of Lois Lane, because we didn't get another one in Wave 2. So it's the only pop for her currently, and it could be one that ages pretty well, so might be worth noting. Pop 564, the third pop in the wave, belongs to Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult. My man has been around forever and honestly needs even more praise than he already gets. If you're a fan of his work, you know his resume is stacked. I think my first introduction to him was in the Clash of the Titans, either that or as Beast in X-Men. My favorite performance, though, is in Mad Max Fury Road, one of my favorite films of all time. He's also been in The Menu, Nosferatu. He was John in the Garfield movie, Jack and Jack the Giant Slayer, J.R.R. Tolkien in the 2019 Tolkien movie, and Renfield in, well, Renfield. He is a very high-tier actor, though, and also iconically known to just miss out on big roles. He was almost cast as Batman, Superman, Prince Caspian, just missed out on Top Gun, Mission Impossible. My man deserves so much, so I'm glad that he's truly being fully recognized these days, but follow the rabbit hole, follow his career a little bit, see what he's missed out on, but he is really phenomenal. Now taking a closer look at Lex Luthor, yes, he does not have a stand, or no, he doesn't have a stand, I don't know the correct way to say it, but this pop is legitimate either way. It stands very, very well, I'd say, like I can turn it, pop's not falling down. And honestly, this looks like Lex Luthor, and it definitely looks like Nicholas Holt's version as well. I'd say pretty easily identifiable, although it is quite simple. I mean, the outfit, though, is on point compared to the movie. You can even see the cup that he's holding says Luthor Corp on it. I mean, it's from a specific scene as well, so I mean, you can't really go wrong with this pop. It's accurate to the bone, but look at his shoes. His shoes here are so shiny. That's not even the light on it. They're pretty shiny just in general. But yeah, I think the box looks fantastic with it. I mean, this screams just Lex Luthor across the board. Again, similar to Lois, the only Lex that we currently have. So, you know, maybe it's worth the pickup. I mean, they just did such a good job with character selection. There's not a lot of the same pops and same characters. So that's what I like to see, honestly. So for a standard Lex pop, I think it's definitely perfect and definitely worth the pickup. And the last comment in the wave belongs to Krypto. In case you didn't know, he is heavily based off of James Gunn's real-life doggo, but he is full CGI in the actual movie. I really enjoyed this new style for Krypto, and I'm curious on what's going to happen to him in Supergirl. But he did have a scene in the Superman movie where he was punched by Ultraman, but apparently it performed poorly in test screens, so it was ultimately removed. Honestly though, I'm a softie for animals, even if they're CGI. But who knows, they might straight up John Wick it. Up close and personal with the pop, of course we all love our doggo. So let's center that bad boy a little bit and take a little bit of a closer look. Similar to the Superman pop, he does have like a blue base. I mean, if you do end up breaking this, it's going to be near impossible for this pop to actually stand. So you want to be careful of the, well, stands in this case. The pop itself, there's lots of detail, lots of texture. I love the red in his ears. The cape looks good. You can't really see the Superman symbol. That's alright, you know, it is just pop form. But, I mean, it's a pretty good looking pop. In box and out of box. And look at out of, I mean, in box, you got a sideways pop. So sometimes I understand if you don't like collecting that. So maybe it will be better just out of box, but at the end of the day, throw it in a protector. It's not too shabby just hanging with the rest of the crew, but either way, I love the logo. It's the first time that we've gotten like one of these long pops for like a superhero movie in a very, very long time. Most of the time you see it for like anime characters. So this is pretty nice. It's creative too. The logo looks fantastic on the back. I love the DC branding. Overall, I say this is a win. Just be careful when you pick it up. There could be creases in these corners, on the opposite side as well, and of course on the back, depending on packaging. So just try and find the minty, as minty as possible for this pop. But yeah, totally worth the pickup in my eyes. Now the last pop in the wave is this Jumbo Superman. I usually don't collect Jumbos, but since it is part of the wave, I feel obligated to share it. I wouldn't blame you if you don't feel like storing it, but it is completely different pose, which is kind of nice to see. And autograph wise, it could be fun for like the cast piece of the wave, to have multiple people sign it, especially with certain characters still needing pops even after wave 2. But I would probably still prioritize the 4-inch pops. We can take a look at him out of box though, as I do think it is a pretty fun pop. Okay, you know what? Now that I took this pop out of box, I kind of like it a lot. It looks really good, and this is definitely one that I could just have hanging about on the shelves, hitting up that extra space. It looks good. By the way, it does come with a sky background in the actual pop, so I mean that might be something to note if you're picking it up and you realize that, oh no, it's not there. But I mean, the logo on the cape is way more visible. You can really see the hair details, which it is pretty similar to the standard 4-inch, but the textures, baby, I mean, this looks good. Let's get a close-up of this. I mean, come on. This is a really good, oh yeah, obviously he's like fighting more a little bit, and one hand is about to punch, probably Ultraman. But I mean, all the details of this suit look really, really good here. I mean, it also screams just classic Funko Pop, but it's still identifiable as David Corenswet's Superman. I don't know, the blue too with the stand, everything about this just looks super, super good. Actually, you know what? I'm definitely happy that I picked this up. And I'd honestly recommend for you guys too as well, if you have this space. If not, totally understandable. When it comes to paint job wise, I mean, you can see it's kind of difficult to see because of the light, but there's a little bit like towards the neck that's a little iffy. But don't be alarmed if the paint job isn't perfect. That's just Funko's quality control. But I mean, look at that. It's funny that he's still fighting in this, but it still screams like the hopefulness of James Gunn's version, and that's what I really like about it. That does sum up Wave 1 for Superman. If I had to rate it on my imaginary non-reliable scale, I'd give it an 8.8. I actually think that having a small, simple wave with the main trio is totally fine, and that is knowing what Wave 2 consists of. If Wave 2 didn't exist, I might have a harsher rating on my imaginary non-reliable scale. But Wave 2 absolutely slaps, and consists of many must-buys for you to collect. So once again, subscribe to check out that video when it releases in the next few days. But what are your thoughts on this wave, and which is your favorite pop? I gotta say, Krypto takes the cake for me. He makes for a fun pop in box and out of box, and I love my doggos, and I can't wait to see him come back for Supergirl. That does sum up today's video. Check out the top right corner for our most recent Funko video for Dexter, and check the description down below for our playlist full of complete Funko collections. But other than that, have a good rest of your day, my friends. I will see you in the next video. Bye!